24, Yitz Bennett. And at forward, number 31, Michael Solomon. As it looks to be a little to inbound for Montreal. Over to Ohio. DRS in their match zone. And Jakob Ohio going to get called for an offensive foul as Michael Solomon taking charge.
Yeah, we haven't seen many offensive fouls this tournament, but DRS is dangerous in that category. There, Michael Solomon stepping in front, getting set, and Jakob Ohio just plows right through. Ref picked it up, called the foul.
And I just want to apologize. Yitz Bennett is not starting for DRS. Joe Aaron, obviously, is the 5th starter. As this aforementioned Aaron pulls up and hits the jumper. 4-0 DRS out to an early lead. As it's Daniel Levy. Now to Zach Levy. Hits a cutting Cons. Cons pulls up. No good. Rebound Ohio. And Ohio with the 2 points off the second chance opportunity.
Ohio's going to be great in transition today. He had a great game last night, scoring over 20 points, and he's looking to do the same thing today.
Yeah, he'll be a huge key for Montreal if they plan on winning. That's right on cue. Jakob Ohio with the steal, and Michael Solomon a smart foul to stop the transition.
100% Yosef. That's a great foul by Michael Solomon. Stop Isaac Ohio where he is best in transition. Gives Montreal the opportunity to inbound the ball on the side with a fresh 35 in the shot clock.
And something else that, to watch out for Ohio is look for him to kind of eat inside. We saw already on the offensive glass. If Montreal is going to win, as that's a 3 from Ohio, a little bit short. Rebound taken by Gaby Spodek. If Montreal is going to win, they're going to need him to be electric on the offensive glass. Pull up Jay. Rims around and out. Gaby Spodek for 3. That's good. Didn't know the bank was open on Sunday, but DRS is up 7-2.
The quick 3 off of it, too. 3 points instead of that 2. Great offensive rebound. And they capitalize.
Ohio spinorama layup is good. Good response from Montreal. Now 7-4 DRS lead. Just about 2 minutes into this one. As Gaby Spodek for DRS. Looking to check in is David Dadoun for Montreal. As now it's Saidi. Saidi wearing 5. Michael Solomon puts it up, no good. Saidi on the offensive rebound. Good job by Saidi. And now it's taken by Jakob Ohio. As now it's Isaac Cons, gives it top of the key, Ohio. And that was kicked by Gaby Spodek. You'll take that if you're DRS. Good defense. As Montreal looks to inbound, 5:32 to go left in the first quarter. DRS up 7-4.
Yosef, as we just saw on that replay, Jakob Ohio at the top of the key getting the ball, looking to do something on that perimeter, maybe drive in, step back 3. He was great last night against MTA in that area, whether it be shooting the ball. I believe he shot 7 for 9 from 3. He had a great game last night. A lot of it came from that perimeter. Look for him to continue in that area.
As now it's Simon O'Lul, pulls up, no good. Aaron and Ohio are fighting for the rebound, then it's going to be off of Ohio and DRS ball. Gaby Spodek, the point guard for these Wildcats. Just a junior. That's a largely senior team. Gaby Spodek, now to Joe Aaron. Back to Spodek. Michael Solomon, inside to a cutting Saidi. No good. Gaby Spodek on the rebound and 1. Great job by Gaby Spodek slipping in there, grabbing the board and putting it back up.
Saidi's been tremendous in that area throughout the season. Comes up in a great spot over there to put DRS up 5 with just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And now Spodek on the first. Gonna go through his routine. Couple dribbles. Puts it up. And no good. Unable to convert.
It's a rare miss from Gaby Spodek at the line. Usually a pretty good free throw shooter. Couldn't capitalize on that opportunity though.
And now it's Isaac Cons for Montreal. Inside to Levy, working on Michael Solomon. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Michael Solomon did a great job selling it. And it's going to be a turnover for the Heat, and they can't do anything against this DRS defense.
Just a small extension of the left arm by Zach Levy. Unfortunate situation over there, but the ref picked it up. It's a foul.
Now Spodek for DRS. Saidi. Joe Aaron thought about the three, now going to take it inside and get called for a walk.
That's a great call by the ref. Joe Aaron usually great on his feet, accidentally trips up over there. Small travel, but it's still a travel.
Daniel Levy now for Montreal. Looking to get something going offensively. Zach Levy hits a cutting Levy. Levy to Levy connection results in 2 points for the Hebrew Academy Heat.
And that's what Zach Levy brings to the floor. Some call him Jokic. He's a great passer, always eyes in the back of his head.
And especially being the son of Coach Maury Levy, an extremely high IQ player. It's proven to be a key piece for the Heat, as that's a pull-up from Solomon. No good, rebound to Isaac Kahns. Montreal maybe going to look to get in the break. Simon Olul going on Joe Aaron, and that's blocked. It's going to be a jump ball. Going to stay Montreal away.
And that's something that we spoke about earlier on. HA in Montreal is going to continue to keep pushing. They've been doing it throughout this tournament. They're great in transition. Simon Olul is amazing off the break. DRS defended well over there, but many more opportunities to come.
Daniel Levy now for Montreal. Simon Olul. Isaac Kahns now. Kahns, a little bit of a miscommunication. Throws it out of bounds into the DRS bench. So a little bit of a disjointed offense thus far. I mean, for both teams, right, 9-6. These teams like to play fast and they like to play high scoring. Hasn't exactly been that to start, as it's Slumnicki in the corner. Now Saknovitz inside to Spodek, back out to Bennett, who's going to drive, put it up. Front iron. Montreal tried to go in transition, but it was stolen by DRS. Now Slumnicki, very smart play by Slumnicki to try to throw it off of Daniel Levy, and he will get the possession for DRS, as we'll see on the replay.
Good save by Joe Aaron, getting it to Slumnicki, throws it off of Daniel Levy. Pretty good play.
Adir Saknovitz gives it to Spodek. Taking the screen from Bennett. Now in the corner, Zach Levy on him, cross court. Slumnicki. And they're going to call a block on David Zadoun as he took a hard fall. Let's see on the replay. Donnie, what did you think? Was that a block or a charge?
Not sure about that one. It was a little bit of an arm extension. Could have gone either way.
And that's a three from Saknovitz, excuse me. No good, but Saknovitz fights to get his own rebound. Aaron for three. No good from Aaron. Isaac Kahns got the rebound, fell down, but it went right to his teammate, David Zadoun.
Isaac Kahns is a very athletic player. Last night against MTA, we saw him throw it down for a two-handed dunk late in the fourth quarter.
As Levy bullying his way inside, and that's going to be another offensive foul on Zach Levy, and now with Levy up to 2 fouls, probably going to head to the bench.
Yeah, not sure about that one. I mean, the second offensive foul. The first one was probably a little bit more clear, but still, when Zach Levy's in transition over there, he's got to go straight up. He's got to put that ball up earlier.
And Saknovitz hits Aaron, and that's stolen by Simon Olul. Good defense from both sides thus far, as you've only got 15 combined points 6 minutes into this one. That's a three from Olul. And Simon Olul drains the three, ties the game 9-9.
Spot up shooter, he does his thing.
So Montreal on a little bit of a run. Spodek inside to Bennett, back to Saknovitz. And great passing by DRS.
Tremendous pass by Bennett. We saw it on full display last night against the Sifta Mustangs in the TABC gym. He's an amazing passer down low.
As now it's Alul for the Heat. Alul going to take it inside. Lots of contact from Joe Aaron. He'll get called for the foul.
Interesting to see Yaakov Ahayan still on the bench right now. Down 2 in the close game. We hope he's okay.
As Ohayon going to be a key piece for Montreal tonight. As that's another 3 from Alul. High arcing 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Zach Levy. Kicks it out to Dadoun. In the corner. Now it's Levy. And now it's Dadoun to reset. Zach Levy. Simon Alul. Levy setting the screen on Saknovitz. Alul going to head into Joe Aaron. And they're going to get Joe Aaron for his second foul. Probably sending him to the bench as well.
2 quick personal fouls for Joe Aaron in about a minute. An unfortunate sight if you're Coach Cohen. As your star player, you want to keep him in as much as you can. 2 fouls in the first quarter with a minute left. That's something you want to see.
And speaking of 2 fouls with 1 minute left in the first quarter, we know Zach Levy playing on 2 fouls, but just shows that that's a 3 from Alul. A little bit off. Another opportunity. That's another 3 from Alul. Simon Alul just jacking up triples, but nothing falling. As now it's Saknovitz with a 3 of his own. Back iron. Tries to knock it off a Montreal player, but ends up saving it. Yitz Bennett on the layup. Great job by DRS. As they take a 13-9 lead. 5 seconds separating shot and game clock. As it's Dadoun looking to respond for Montreal. Gives it to Daniel Levy. 22 seconds left in the quarter. And Alul going to get called for a walk, shuffled his feet.
Yep, easy call for the ref to make. He was literally right next to him. Picked it up right away.
And now checking into the game is Aaron Ullman from Montreal. Zach Levy going to take a seat. Smart move by Coach Levy, as likely only a defensive possession left. Going to put in Aaron Ullman for defense. As Saidi back to Spodek. Takes a screen from Bennett. Spodek puts it up. No good. Rebound Cons. 5 seconds. 3, 2. Cons got to put it up. Did not. I believe he did get it off in time, but what a block by Tzvi Saidi as we will close the first quarter. DRS 13, Montreal 9. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Morel. I'm a lower girl division head. I have been at Camp Seneca Lake for 4 years now. I love all the fun activities and attractions we have for all the kids. We have ropes with a zip line. We have lake with boating and whippets to climb on. We have ATVing for the kids to drive with their friends and have fun. We have paintballing where they get to get their energy out on their friends and just have a good time.
Every night ends with a special night activity. The night activities range from paint dodgeball to shaving cream fight, cake wars, boy girls sing, and free run dress.
We hope to see you in Camp Seneca Lake 2025.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. NCSY is the best summer ever. Last year we brought 1,000 teens to Israel. This year we're bringing even more. The countdown is on. Are you ready? With over 20 incredible programs, NCSY has something for everyone. Don't miss your chance to make this the best summer ever. Register today at summer.ncsy.org. That is summer.ncsy.org. So Donnie, DRS 13, Montreal 9. What have you seen from these teams so far?
I mean, we haven't seen a lot of 3-ball. Both teams can shoot the ball pretty well, whether it be Ohayon, Alul, Joe Aaron, Saidi, Spodek, Saknovitz. It's a lot of guys who are capable. Haven't seen many attempts, haven't seen many hits. Sure, that's going to change this quarter, but I thought that it would be a little bit more high scoring at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting. DRS, not a very big three-point shooting team per se. They only made 1 last night on 10 attempts.
Wow, I didn't know that.
As that jumper from Saidi, no good. Khan's going to take it the other way, and now we'll slow down. David Dadoun. Yaakov Ohayon back into the game for Montreal. He's playing on 2, so he'll have to be a little bit careful. As Ohayon backing inside, goes up, no good. Fights for the rebound, puts it back up, no good again. And Michael Solomon grabs the defensive board. Stolen by Alul. Alul moving in on Solomon, puts it up. And going to get called for a foul is Michael Solomon as he tried to stop Simon Alul in transition.
That's just adding to the foul trouble for DRS. Already with Joe Aaron with 2 fouls, you don't want the rest of the guys to join him in that company. Solomon just did. He's got 2. Fouls are going to play a big part of this game. Refs are blowing the whistle as much as they want to so far. And as unfortunate as it is, it's part of the game.
First one from Alul is true. Come to Como Pizza for some great pizza, pasta, salads, and even awesome breakfast options. We will be streaming the games in the store, making it a great place to watch the games while you eat.
Yeah, I love Como.
Second from Alul is good. So now just a 2-point lead for DRS. Been a little bit of a sloppy game both sides. As now it's Tzvit Saidi. Loses the ball. Ohio tries to pick it up. Dadun does. Gives it forward to Ohio in transition. Ohio on the layup. Maybe even got fouled. Hits the layup. Ties the game for Montreal.
Just a great look for Yaakov Ohio over there. He's going to look to run. He's great over there.
Defense chance from the Montreal crowd as that's another steal. Forward to Dadun. Dadun puts up the layup. Thought there was maybe some contact. No call. Simon Alul cleans it up. Timeout DRS. As we are going to step aside, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
For many decades, NCSY has
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. DRS 13, Montreal 15 as the Heat have gone on a 6-0 run. What have we seen from Montreal in this quarter?
We've seen them run the floor. And when we spoke to Coach Maury Levy, he said that he wanted to play at his pace. So a little bit surprised that they had 3 straight opportunities over there. But they made the most of them, 6 straight points. And they're going to continue looking to do that.
As right on cue, Simon Alul pokes it loose from Joe Aaron. But it goes out of bounds, going to stay DRS's way.
A little bit of confusion from the ref.
As the ref confirms that it is in fact DRS ball, which it definitely looked like that from our angle.
100%.
Now it's Tzvit Saidi. For those of you scoring at home, Saidi's wearing number 5 today as opposed to his usual 0. As Bennett going to take it inside. Now Solomon kicks it out. Joe Aaron for 3. That's good from Joe Aaron. So after going 0 for 4 from 3 last night, Joe Aaron responds, hitting his second 3 of the day.
You know, Yosef, I was talking to Rabbi Fletcher from DRS last night, and he was shocked that Joe Aaron hasn't been so effective from deep. But proving him wrong a little bit right now.
Yaakov Ohio trying to answer with a 3 of his own. Short. As didn't catch anything. Rebound goes out of bounds. And Ohio going to head to the bench for Montreal. Zach Levy checking into the game, so 2 fouls for 2 fouls. As we go from Ohio to now Levy in the middle, but he'll also have to be careful. Saknovitz, Saidi, another handoff to Aaron. And outside of that 3, Joe Aaron's been pretty quiet. Alul doing a great job locking him down. As now it's Saidi, wide open 3, no good. Rebounded by Alul. And Daniel Levy to slow the pace.
Coach Maury Levy yelling out a play, clearly wants his guys to pick up on DRS's defense, capitalize on this opportunity.
Isaac Kahns. Saknovitz defending him. Gives it inside to Daniel Levy, working on Michael Solomon. That's stolen by Aaron, and he's on the break. Struggled to handle it. Now it's Saknovitz, pulls up mid-range. No good. Great job by Yitz Bennett on the offensive rebound, but it's poked by Alul. Isaac Kahns taking it the other way. Now it's Kahns, Alul, Now Levy. Daniel Levy. Zach Levy, the man in motion. Tries to get it down low to Levy, but it's stolen by Bennett. Speed Saidi taking it the other way. He's got Joe Aaron, takes it himself. Blocked by Isaac Kahns. Isaac Kahn's going to push. Now Simon Alul taking it inside. Puts it up on Solomon, and that's a great play by Simon Alul. 17-16 Montreal lead.
Yeah, great play in transition by Simon Alul. Getting the ball from Kahns, putting it up over a defender. Did a great job.
And that was good from DRS. Great response. 18-17 Wildcats lead. And I believe Simon Alul sprung a leak, and he'll head into the locker room, get that taken care of. Meanwhile, Noah Bitone going to check into the game to replace Simon Alul.
I hope Alu's doing pretty good. Seemed to walk it off pretty well.
And now for Montreal, Simon Alul has been their guy defensively as he walks back out of the locker room right on cue. But he's been a really huge piece for them on defense. Noah Bitone's a really nice offensive piece, but defensively, they're going to have to make some adjustments as he won't be able to stick with a much bigger Joe Aaron.
Yeah, Alul's been a warrior this year.
And Joe Aaron going to get called for another foul. He can't believe it. There wasn't a lot of contact there. That's 3 from Joe Aaron, which means that Coach Cohen will probably park Joe Aaron back on the bench for the rest of the half.
Not what you want to see. The best player going to the bench with 4 minutes left in the first half. It's an unfortunate sight, especially only up 1.
Yeah, and with Montreal keeping this so close. We were just talking about how DRS is going to counter the fact that Alul went to the bench, but I guess they'll counter it by forcing Joe Aaron to the bench and not having to worry about it, as that's a great play in transition. Bennett no good, but Spodek on the offensive rebound, and now 20-17 DRS lead.
And Yosef, I was just going to tell you that it's time for Gaby Spodek to step up and be the guy for DRS, and right on cue, picks up the miss, puts it right back for an easy 2.
And that pass from Isaac Kahns was stolen by DRS. Avi Slemnicki, veteran guard, telling him to slow it down. So we got 3:35 left to go. 20-17 DRS lead. Saidi pulls up a 3. No good. And Zach Levy a little too aggressive as he used his hands. That's his 3rd. So now he's going to go to the bench. Let's see who checks in for him. And you see he kind of just extended the arms, pushed Yitz Bennett out of the way. And you'll get called for that every time.
Yeah, 3 fouls, early foul trouble on both sides of the floor. It's a little bit unfortunate. It's going to be interesting to see what happens later in the game.
Saidi, now Sack gives it into Saknovitz. Saknovitz going to take it in, stolen by Alul. Alul's got a wide open lane, puts it up, no good on the layup. Great job by Yitz Bennett coming back in defense to affect the shot. Now Gaby Spodek trying to get a layup of his own, puts it up. And I thought that was good defense by Montreal as they'll get called for the foul. It's going to go on Natan Abisidan. That's his 1st.
Yeah, Yosef, I have to disagree with you a little bit there. There was a little bit of contact, maybe not enough to constitute a foul. Definitely enough contact for the ref to call it.
We would like to thank Chopsticks for being a proud Max Live sponsor. For the best Chinese food in Teaneck, you got to go to Chopsticks. Head to chopsticksusa.com to order online. The link is in the description of this video. That is chopstixusa.com. Spodek no good on the 1st. Remains 20-17 DRS. 3:10 left to go. Reminder to stay tuned for the Camp Step It Up halftime show, which will be at the buzzer. Spodek hits the 2nd, so now a 4-point lead for DRS. And Dadun crosses the timeline at the 3-minute mark. Abisidan takes a screen from Ohio, going to go inside. They're going to call a foul behind on number 11, Daniel Boehm. That's his 1st. DRS already up to 3 fouls in the quarter. Ohayon up top to Dadun. Corner Alul for 3. Drops.
Alul has been tremendous so far, whether it be raining threes with his 4 steals tonight. Agul's been tremendous for the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat.
And really showing why he's one of the top sophomores in the tournament. Not just top sophomore, but one of the top players even in the tournament. As that was another steal from Montreal. Lots of turnovers both ways. As each team going to look to clean it up at halftime, or even earlier, as that's a beautiful pass from Ohio to Alul, but a block by Yitz Bennett. Montreal going to recover. 3 from Ohio. 3 from Ohio falls. 23-21, Montreal lead. As they're on a quick 6-0 run.
We had it earlier with DRS, turning a missed 2 into a hit 3. That time it was Jakob Ohayon from Hebrew Academy doing the exact same.
And Gaby Spodek looking to respond for DRS. Svit Saidi, Slomnicki thought about the 3, now pulls up, no good. Rebound Ohio, rebound the Lul, forward to Ohio, 3-on-1. Abisidan to Ohio. And beautiful transition offense from Montreal as they take a 4-point lead.
Just a great run of offense, putting defensive pressure on DRS by Hebrew Academy, turning defense into offense, scoring points. That's a great run.
Svit Saidi, DRS needs some points, pulls up, good, and the foul. As Svit Saidi will get a 3-point play. Great job by the superstar for DRS, especially with Joe Aaron on the bench. Saidi's been a little quiet, but look for him to wake up.
And Yosef, Michael Solomon of DRS checking in, maybe to counter the size of Jakob Ohayon a little bit. I'm sure Coach Cohen is not so happy with that Hebrew Academy run, wants to counter with the run of his own.
And 3-point play from Svit Saidi is complete as he cuts the lead to 1 with just 1:10 to go. Here in the first half, Jakob Ohayon moving in on Saidi. Ohayon goes up, blocked by Saknovitz. I thought that was all ball, but he'll get called for the foul.
Yeah, I don't think the foul was on Saknovitz. It might have been on maybe Saidi going on the side. Clean block by Saknovitz. Unfortunate timing by Saidi to be there.
That's a good call. That was. Foul is called on Svit Saidi. That's only his first. So at least DRS has one of their superstars kind of staying clean so far. First one from Ohio is good. Now 26-24 Montreal lead.
Yeah, and that'll be important for Coach Cohen to tell his guys in the locker room. Play a pretty clean game going forward. You don't need to foul. You don't need to get in foul trouble. All you got to do is put enough pressure to affect a shot.
As Bitonin and Dadun take a seat. Coming into the game, Aaron Ullman and Daniel Levy returning to the court as Ohio hit the second. Now a 3-point lead for Montreal. As it's Saidi working on Levy. Gaby Spodek in the corner. Inside to Saknovitz. Saknovitz gets swarmed, leaving space for Bennett. And great ball movement by DRS as they cut the lead to 1. 45 seconds left in what's been a really back and forth first half between these two teams. Jakob Ohayon now for Montreal. Moving in on Saknovitz. Into the corner for Levy. Back to Ohayon. He's going to back down Saknovitz. Now Aaron Ullman. Ullman back to Ohayon. Takes the screen. Kicks it to the corner for Simon Alul for 3. Oh my goodness, Simon Alul. The connection between Alul and Ohayon has been electric. As Montreal, I believe that's their 4th or 5th 3 of the half. Taking a 30-26 lead with 15 seconds to go.
Alul really putting the team on his back right now. DRS needs an answer with a quick response.
And Spodek dribbles the ball off his foot, 7 seconds. Montreal's gonna have to hurry. Levy on the layup, no good, but he'll get fouled by Saidi. That's 2 on Saidi as Montreal's gonna head to the line to extend this to potentially 6 points.
Not a smart foul in that moment by Saidi, already playing with 1. There's a lot of foul trouble on DRS. You cannot give away those opportunities. Yeah, it was a good contest. It was a good idea, but just too much, too quickly, and he's gonna have to pay for that one.
Once again, we remind you to stay tuned for the Camp Step It Up halftime show at the end of the half. First one from Levy, back iron.
Interesting thought. Does Coach Cohen put Joe Aaron back in the game for an offensive possession over here? Not sure that that's what he's thinking right now. Aaron standing but with 1 shot to go and him not checking in, I think it's a missed opportunity.
And on a similar note, Ohio and a little taking a seat for Montreal with presumably a defensive possession. The second one from Levy is good. 4 seconds for Montreal. Saidi going to take it down. He'll have to put it up. 2 seconds. 1 second. Front iron on the half-court heave. As with the clock expiring, Montreal with a 5-point, going to take a 5-point lead into the locker room. As we are going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Zachary Siklik, standing by with Coach Maury Levy from Montreal. Zachary?
Yakov missed a lot of the first half because of foul trouble. How do you feel the offense has played throughout the first half?
I mean, we live and die with Yakov and Simon, and he's got to just. I told the boys, they just got to relax a little bit and not play our transition as fast. Move the ball around. Aaron's got 3 fouls, so we're gonna keep working hard to,
The DRS offense has been since Firehouse. They won the Sheet League tournament. How do you keep them in check in the second half on the defensive side?
Well, we have a lot of respect for DRS. The fact that we're playing the 3 seed is huge for our program, and they're great. We just have to have patience and move the ball, and we'll get some looks.
Thank you so much. Good luck rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Zachary. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Camp Step It Up halftime show after these messages.
My name's Yogev Verdugo, founder and camp director of Step It Up, a sleepaway basketball camp located in upstate New York, founded on the premise that the game of basketball is overplayed and undertaught. Game IQ. Knowledge is power. Our players understand the game, understand how to bring the ball up court, initiate offense, understand how to pick apart man-to-man defense, how to operate against a zone defense, play low-high, high-low, ball reversals, driving and kicking in order to get a higher percentage shot, using zero dribble offense, drive fakes, pass fakes, and shot fakes to get the defense to commit. Of course, on the defensive side of the ball, to impact the ball both on the ball, off the ball, understand how to manage a team on the court and off, and much, much more. We believe that knowledge is power, and we aim to equip every single one of our players with a keen understanding of the game. Basketball fitness. If you're in great shape, your skills and game knowledge can come to life. Everything from speed, strength, quickness, agility, flexibility, balance, breath work, conditioning, the entire body. Nutrition, what we feed our bodies with. Our players understand that on-court success goes hand in hand with the foods that we put into our bodies. Our players understand the value of proteins, carbohydrates, both simple and complex, vegetables, colorful plates, proper hydration. Regardless of how much knowledge or how much of an advanced skill set our players have, they understand that without proper nutrition, it will be very hard to succeed on the court. Our mentality and philosophy go hand in hand. While we try to develop a player who can impose his or her will on their opponent, at the same time, we want our players to be with a calm mind and a center. Working very hard is a spiritual experience. In order to get good in basketball, you have to trust the process. You have to understand that some days, some week, some months, and even some years over a career will be hard. If you can stay the course and trust your skills, trust the work you've put in the long run, you'll succeed. Our players understand this, and they have a trust in their work and a trust in a process that allows them to enjoy the journey. I think a huge part of development is also knowing when to take a step back. You know, sometimes when we're chasing dreams and chasing goals and working towards something, we get so consumed and even obsessed with it. Sometimes you're having a bad day, put the ball down, jump in the pool, go watch a movie, hang out with friends, take a nap. If you're going to chase big goals, be patient with yourself. Self-compassion, self-love, live in gratitude, trust the process. More than anything, enjoy the process. This is basketball. You chose it because you love it, love the game, and the game will love you back. Honor the game, and the game will honor you back. Respect the game, and this game will give you more than you've ever imagined.
Welcome to Yeshiva University. YU gives you a sense of belonging and a future filled with promise. The best of all worlds live here.
First-class Judaic studies and true Beit Midrash, alongside science, technology, entrepreneurship, and thought leadership, all taught by award-winning professors who are leaders in their fields. Shabbat with peers from across the globe and game nights on the court, unwavering support for Israel and the excitement of New York City. deeply rooted and forward-focused, a safe and secure environment with room to explore.
Here, you don't have to choose. You can have it all.
YU is committed to educate, empower, and inspire, to foster impactful careers and future leaders, to focus on strong academics and strong outcomes, built on core Torah values, empowered by world-class faculty. Here, you can grow at your own pace with small class sizes, research opportunities, and leadership programs.
YU sets you up for success with financial assistance, fast-track pathways programs to YU grad schools, dual degrees, and partnerships, internships at top-tier companies, and an established alumni network, 70,000 strong, ensure that 96% of students are employed in grad school or both within 6 months of graduation.
Step into YU and meet your teammates, your professors, your chavruta. Surround yourself with excellence in the classroom, the lab, the library, the basketball court, wherever you call home. Join one of our 150 clubs or one of our 15 NCAA D3 sports teams, winners of 10 conference championships in the past 10 years.
Discover how YU turns values into action. Immerse yourself in Torah study and reflection. Delve into the world of our path with Rebbeim, Chachamim, and your fellow students who share your passion for Jewish learning.
Enjoy the best of all worlds at YU. Imagination, halacha, innovation, and community. You can have it all at Yeshiva University.
And welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center as the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat lead the number 3 Yeshiva League champion DRS Wildcats by a score of 31-26. We are going to send it down in just a moment to sideline reporter Zachary Siklik standing by with Coach Moshe Cohen for the DRS Wildcats. And Zachary, take it away.
Your thoughts on your team's first half performance?
You know, we knew Montreal would bring it. We're not playing our best. We gotta find some energy. You know, it's been a tough tournament for us, and we know we're better than this. And hopefully, we'll get back to some of our ball movement. On the few plays that we moved around, we really bounced up, but we have to play better. We know we have to be better.
Joe Aaron has 3 fouls. Thing to watch. How's the offense going to run without your best player on the court?
We need guys to step up. We need Zvi to step up. Gaby, Adir, you know, Yitzi's been playing well, so big guys have to step up. Mike. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll do our best. Should be fun.
Thank you so much. Good luck rest of the way. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Zach, for that. Always fun interviewing Coach Moshe Cohen. Always has great insights. Our halftime show is brought to you by Camp Step It Up, located in upstate New York with busing provided to and from camp. Camp Step It Up was founded by Yosef Verdugo, a former D1 college basketball player. It is the most proven Shomer Shabbat basketball camp in the world, featuring 26 current Sarachek players and over 400 past Sarachek players, as well as YU and Stern College stars over the past 12 years. There are programs for boys and girls grades 3 through 12, including a 6-week option in the United States and a 1-week option in Israel. There are 3 minyanim per day, learning groups, and a camp rabbi. Past campers include many Yeshiva League MVPs, over 70 college players, dozens of professional and National League players, a EuroLeague Rookie of the Year, and an NBA draft pick. Additionally, some of the players in this game are Camp Step It Up players, including for DRS, Gaby Spodek, Shua Weinberg, and Yitz Bennett. And for Montreal, Simon Alul, who's a third-year camper, Yaakov Ohayan, who's also a third-year camper, David Dadun, Isaac Kahns, and Noah Bitone. So all the key players, pretty much all the key players from Montreal have gone to Camp Step It Up. If you would like to learn how you can become a key player for the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat, who are currently up 31-26, email office@campstepitup.com, call 888-600-0908, or visit timetostepitup.com if you would like to step it up yourself. Now, speaking of step it up, DRS going to have to step it up in the second half, down 31-26. What are they going to do? What are they going to look to do to try to change the outcome of this game?
Well, I mean, on Hebrew Academy of Montreal, it's been Alul and Ohayan pretty much the entire way. They have a combined 28 out of their team's 31 points. So if DRS can slow those two guys down, it should be pretty easy for them along the way. Yeah, and
Montreal, led by obviously Alul and Ohayan, those are their two main guys. Simon Alul, 3 of 6 from 3. Yaakov Ohayan, 1 of 3. They've shot all the threes that Montreal's taken. Montreal's 4 of 9 today, whereas DRS, 2 of 8.
And Yosef, we saw last night, Hebrew Academy got the rest of the guys involved, ran through MTA pretty easily. So if DRS does indeed slow down Alul and Ohayan, then it's going to be the other guys picking up the rest of the slack.
And looking on the other end, Sweet Saidi, 0 of 3 from 3-pointers for DRS. Look for him to step it up after a little bit of a quiet first half. Only 5 points for Saidi, and especially with Joe Aaron on the bench. As Spodek with great defense, Joe Aaron back out, but meaning Joe Aaron, on the bench for most of that second quarter. As Ohayan puts it up.
Strong rebound by Slimnicki over Ohayan. If DRS is going to come back in this one, it's going to be all about stopping him.
And we get a stoppage for a shot clock miscue. But just taking a look at that replay, Aaron able to take it down, and then play got blown dead. Something, you were talking about the offensive rebound. Something that Coach Cohen was stressing in the locker room is that they got to bring the energy. We saw them come out a little bit flat against Frisch, and it came back to bite them with that, with that crazy play. But if you're a 3 seed, realistically, I understand Frisch is a very good team, but you shouldn't be in that situation.
Yeah, it's a little atypical for DRS to be in this position. I was speaking with a few of their players. They're a little bit disappointed with how they've played this tournament. They know that they're a lot better than they have been so far, and I'm a little shocked that they haven't shown as much energy as they have in the regular season thus far.
Yeah, we sometimes see it when, maybe it's a championship hangover, or, at this point, being in Tier 2, obviously Tier 2 championship still, definitely an accomplishment, but, not necessarily the accomplishment that they were hoping for.
And Yosef, when I played Sarachek for the MTA Lions, we actually won Tier 3, and although, yeah, it's Tier 3, it's still important, but for me, it's more about ending my career on a win.
And Sweet Saidi with a big 3. We mentioned just a minute ago that he was 0 of 3 in the first half. Look for him to get going, as maybe he'll string 1 3 into a couple. Now only a 2-point lead for Montreal. Isaac Kahns looking to respond. Throws it over to Ohayan. Going to work on Michael Solomon, taking it up and in. No good, sorry, excuse me. As Kahns put it up, Saidi coming from behind for the foul, and that's Saidi's third.
Yeah, a lot of foul trouble. Good initial defense by Solomon. Saidi goes in for the block, hits the hand of Isaac Kahns. Kahns will go to the line and shoot a pair.
First one from Isaac Kahns is good. So now a 3-point lead for Montreal. 1:16 gone by here in this third quarter.
Yosef, on second thought on that replay, it was a pretty soft foul that the refs called.
As there's some kind of error with the scoreboard, as Montreal is currently listed at 130 points. I don't know exactly how we got there, but, I don't think Coach Levy's complaining.
Yosef, happens to be a Wednesday night. I was on Wednesday night when MTA played on Meet. I was on the scoreboard, and I believe it was when we were going to 31 that when I hit that next point, it did go to like 158. So consistency is important. Here, unfortunately, the consistency is not to our advantage, but a quick fix by the table. Technical difficulties happens. We try and fix them as best as we can, as quick as we can.
As it looks like we should be all set. And 32-29 is the correct score. I don't know what the officials are waiting for.
Yosef, now the danger is if Hebrew Academy gets their next bucket pretty quickly, does the score go back to 130? That's what we got to look out for now.
I think Coach Levy is hoping so, as Saidi to inbound for DRS. Now Gaby Spodek. Michael Solomon. Ohio on him. Solomon pulls up. Front iron. Rebound to Dune. David to Dune. Sorry, that was Levy. Now it's to Dune. Working on Sfit Saidi. Great defense by DRS. Yaakov Ohayon going to work. Puts it up. Great play by Yaakov Ohayon on Michael Solomon, extending the Montreal lead to 5.
And that's what we like to call the textbook great defense, but better offense. And better offense beats great defense any day.
Gaby Spodek. Now Joe Aaron. Michael Solomon. Sfit Saidi pulls up. No good. Rebound to Ohayon. And Montreal going to slow it down.
Seems like DRS needs a little bit of a reset on offense. They're taking the shots a bit too quickly. I would try and slow down the game, try and find the best opportunity possible.
And now it's Alul going to take it inside. Tries to kick it to the corner, but it was taken by Aaron. And Simon Alul gets it back. Shot clock did not reset, so 12 seconds on the shot clock. Yaakov Ohayon pulls up with 7 on the shot clock. No good. Rebounded by DRS. Gaby Spodek pushing the other way. Hits a cutting Joe Aaron. And great transition offense, as this maybe will wake up the Wildcats.
And if you're Coach Cohen, you hope that that's the spark that DRS needs to bring them back into this game. Only down 3, but it seems that as their offense is a little bit flat right now.
And it's going to stay Montreal way, as the pass was poked out by Gaby Spodek, as we'll see on the replay. Excuse me, I believe that was Michael Solomon. Now checking into the game, Noah Bitone for Montreal. Daniel Levy going to take a seat. Interesting to note, Zach Levy sitting on 3 fouls, has not yet appeared in the second half for Montreal. Now Bitone, wide open 3. Bottom! Noah Bitone, this shooter for the Montreal Heat, cannot be left that open.
Huge shot for Bitone in that moment. Over a defender, got a nice look, buried it. DRS down 6 with the ball.
And pretty loud chants from the Montreal Heat fans. They always seem to bring a crowd. As now it's Joe Aaron pulling up for 3. Bit short. Rebounded by Dadun. And he tells his team to slow down.
Great decision by Dadun over there. Slow down the offense. You're up 6. DRS is cold. You're getting to the basket. This is the opportunity you want.
As Bitone took the screen from Cons. 3 was no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Going to be DRS ball. Want to receive Sarachek news and updates and get close game alerts? Join our WhatsApp group. The link to join is in the description of this YouTube video. Sfit Saidi moving in, and that's going to be a foul on Dadun. And Saidi going to head to the line for 2.
I would love to see the replay over here. Saidi going in, Dadun on him. Looks like it could have been on the ground, but Saidi with a great pull-up move. Yeah, I would say DRS basketball on the side.
Either way, Saidi hits the first. Now 37-32. We would like to thank Dougie's for being a proud Max Live sponsor. For the best barbecue and grill in Teaneck, make your way to Dougie's. Go to Dougie'sBBQ.com to order. The link is in the description of this video. Second from Saidi, no good. As DRS usually shot the ball pretty well, going 1 of 2 from the line over there. And now it's David Dadun. Isaac Cons trying to work inside, tries to get the pass to Ohayon, tipped by Aaron, taken by Sakinovitz, back to Aaron. Joe Aaron in transition. Dadun tried to set up for the charge, and it'll be a block on Dadun, and I believe that's the right call.
Yeah, Yosef, we just called that out in the booth. That was a spark for DRS that they've wanted. They got a steal on the defensive end. Joe Aaron going up in transition, Excuse me. Picks up the foul. He'll be going to the line.
As Aaron on the first connect. Now getting some subs from Montreal. Zach Levy heading in, Daniel Levy heading in, and taking a seat are David Dadun, who's now on 3 fouls, as well as the shooter Noah Bitone.
A lot of foul trouble for both starting lineups today. Once we get to the fourth quarter, that's going to play a big part.
Aaron connects on the second as well, so now 37-34 DRS. Timeout, Coach Cohn. It's a 30-second, but we're going to step aside. Don't go anywhere.
The Jewish life and Ruach at Camp Seneca are top-notch.
There's nothing like the Shabbos we have here, filled with Zmiros and Ebbing and a gorgeous Havdalah.
Davening every day, chinuch classes.
Deep, meaningful conversations with just amazing kids and beautiful relationships here.
At Camp Seneca Lake, you'll grow over your summer.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. Come to Golan Heights for the best authentic Israeli food and more, located just steps away on campus. Shawarma, schnitzel, poppers, to name a few of Golan Heights' delicious items.
Yosef, I'm actually pretty hungry right now. It's been a long day. I think I'm going to head to Golan after this game.
I would definitely say it's worth your time. They sponsored dinner for us earlier tonight here in the Max Stern Athletic Center, and it was definitely appreciated, as I had to run out for a second. By the time I came back, there was nothing left. So, big shout out to Golan.
Same here. Same here. And if anybody wants to feed me and Yosef tonight, please feel free. We're standing here in the Max. Bring over. We'll appreciate it. Thank you.
As DRS came out of the timeout in the press, Zach Levy with an errant pass, and DRS has earned the ball back. Saidi to inbound. Aaron hands off to Saidi, dribbles off his foot, regains control. Joe Aaron now to Yitz Bennett. Yitz Bennett going up, blocked by Isaac Kahns. As it's Daniel Levy taking it down for Montreal. Kahns at the right wing. Now Ohayon working on Yitz Bennett, trying to bully him inside. Gonna have to kick it out to Kahns. Kahns moving in, kicks it to Ohayon in the corner for 3. Short, rebound Yitz Bennett.
Yosef, interesting to see DRS not going into a help man. Seems like they left Ohayon very able to just drive in at will.
DRS with the offensive rebound, and smart play by Yitz Bennett, throwing it off of Ohayon and retaining possession for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not my favorite play in basketball, but if it gets you the ball back, it's definitely worth it for your team.
Gotta love those high IQ plays. As with 3:02 to go, 37-34 Montreal. Nice behind the back by Saidi. Inside to Aaron, pulls up. Too strong. Ohayon taking it the other way. Yaakov Ohayon, he's going to slow it down. As we've seen things kind of stagnate a little bit for both of these offenses, as the defense for each team has kind of locked in over the past couple minutes.
Yeah, both teams a little bit cold. Hebrew Academy maintains a 3-point lead over DRS with just over 2.5 minutes to go.
And now it's Isaac Kahns moving in, puts it up right on cue. We get some points back on the board. Isaac Kahns adds to Montreal's lead, 39-34, 2:22 to go. DRS looking to respond as it's Saidi. That's a 3 from Saknovitz. And it's rebounded by Zach Levy. David Dadun at the chance to extend this lead to 3 possessions for Montreal. Across the 2-minute mark, Ohayon inside. Lots of contact, and the foul's going to be called on Avi Slumnicki. As we see on the replay, just at the end there, this maybe will give us a better angle. As Slumnicki flew in for the block, but made a little bit of contact. And Ohayon's going to go to the line for 2.
And Yosef, stat was just told to me, DRS is shooting 30% from 3 tonight. A solid 3 for 10. Not their best showing, but there are definitely improvements that could be made.
As the first one from Ohayon is good. Montreal, the first team to hit 40 in this contest. 1:59 to go. Ohio with the chance to extend the lead to 3 possessions. And he does not, as there was a high bounce and it clatters out. Now Gaby Spodek, DRS really needing some kind of response as Saidi poked away by Levy. And that's going to be a foul on Saidi. That's his 4th.
I don't know about that one. I didn't get the best look, but let's see the replay over here. Yosef, what do you think?
I don't know. It was a little bit hard to tell on the replay. Could have gone either way, but if you're Tzvit Saidi playing on 3 fouls, you know, you have to be careful, especially in transition where the refs are probably going to, you know, be a little more lenient in terms of calling fouls. Probably going to lean more towards the side of blowing the whistle.
And now Saidi heads to the bench with 4 fouls. Joe Aaron playing on 3. You already got Solomon on 3 on the bench.
3 from Alul. Back iron. Rebound Ohio, though. Huge offensive rebound from Ohio as he takes it inside. No good rebound Slomnicki, and that's going to be a foul on Simon Alul.
Just a little trigger happy by Simon Alul down low. Missed the rebound. That's one of those frustration fouls that you like to see at the block. DRS will maintain possession of the basketball.
And something to note, we've talked about Simon Alul's impressive defense tonight, you know, to go along with his impressive offense for Montreal. That's only his 1st foul, so he's been tasked with guarding DRS's best players, and that's his 1st foul with just about a minute to go in the 3rd. That's a 3 from Slomnicki, no good. As ball was tipped, so let's see if we get a sign from the officials. Going to be DRS ball.
Took the refs a little bit to make that call. We got it right up here in the booth.
Donnie Book right on cue right away. Pointed DRS's way as Gaby Spodek. Now Joe Aaron at the logo. Simon Alul defending him. Alul giving Aaron no space.
Alul has been tremendous today defensively.
Now Aaron finally moves in. Can't get the layup. Rebound Slomnicki though, and that's another offensive rebound from DRS. It's tipped out of bounds by Zach Levy. DRS to maintain possession. They'll inbound baseline. Avi Slomnicki, let's see what kind of play DRS has off the inbound. That's a 3 from Bennett. Couldn't get it. And now it's Daniel Levy. Dangerous pass. Now Isaac Kahn's moving in. Tries to throw it to the corner to Alul. But a little bit of a wild pass, and now it's going to be DRS ball.
Yosef, although Yitz Bennett couldn't connect on that 3, he effortlessly picks up the classic 2-for-1 DRS with possession with just about 2 seconds between the shot and game clock.
Yeah, I wonder if your DRS, if you hold for 1. Joe Aaron at the free throw line pulls up. That's good.
And Yosef, when Joe Aaron gets that look, you do not hold for 1. That's going to be the most open that he's going to be all night, and he capitalizes over there.
Has a little bit of wild offense from Montreal. Going to give DRS a free possession at the end. 8 seconds. 7. Yitz Bennett moving inside. Bennett puts it up. That's good from Yitz Bennett. 40-38. Great end to the quarter from DRS. That from Alul is no good, but it didn't even get it off in time. As 40-38, Hebrew Academy of Montreal lead at the end of the 3rd quarter. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Max Stern Athletic Center as we're in for an exciting 4th quarter between the Hebrew Academy and Montreal Heat. who lead the number 3 DRS Wildcats by a score of 40-38. Now, Donnie, if you're DRS, what adjustments do you have to make going forward to regain the lead and really prove that the number 3 seed belongs in the Tier 2 championship?
I mean, DRS just had a great run to end the third quarter. But if I'm Coach Cohen, in that timeout, I'd probably tell my guys that after your first bucket, you got to press. You got to put some pressure on Hebrew Academy to get up the floor, to put the ball in the basket. And there's no better way to do that than to stop them.
As that's a huge 3 from Joe Aaron, returning the lead in DRS's favor. First time since the second quarter, DRS has a lead. And right on cue, DRS going straight into a press. Montreal doing a decent job to get past it. And we're going to take a pause for the shot clock to be reset.
Yosef, maybe they're thinking that we're in Yeshiva League from 2 years ago where we didn't have the shot clock. Nowadays, there is the shot clock in the Yeshiva League. DRS is a lot more prepared for the Sarachek tournament now. Hebrew Academy in Montreal, they have a 24-second shot clock, so they're adjusting a little bit. But DRS has been playing with this 35-second shot clock throughout the season, so they shouldn't be having any issue with it.
Yeah, and obviously a huge introduction into the Yeshiva League, and I think positive results. I think everyone's, pretty happy with it. No more 30 to 24 kind of results anymore, as you can't just dribble the ball out with 2 minutes to go.
Yosef, I completely agree with you. Although it only affects a certain number of teams in the Yeshiva League, it is major for the teams that it does affect. I'm not going to name them, but it definitely has changed their offensive approaches this season, has changed their records, has changed the way that coaches look at the end of the games, and overall, it's changing the entire outlook on the entire league.
Yeah, definitely been a huge part of the Yeshiva League season, which was so entertaining, as that's Ohio inside, gets it to fall, 42-41, returns the lead to Montreal. As Gaby Spodek calling out plays, defense chance from the Heat faithful. Gaby Spodek at the right wing. Now Joe Aaron. Spodek sets an off ball for Saknovitz. Cross court to Bennett. Beautiful ball movement from DRS, and they return back to their press.
The connection between Joe Aaron and Yitz Bennett throughout this tournament has been phenomenal. They've found each other in countless situations, putting up points across the board.
And now it's Ohio looking to respond. Too strong on the layup. Rebound Bennett. Montreal looks to be in a press of their own, as now it's Spodek. Isaac Kahn's locked in on defense. Behind the back pass to Joe Aaron, 4-3. Oh, just grazed the front iron. As we're a minute and a half in, DRS has taken a 43-42 lead over Montreal. Jakob Ohayon looking to return the lead to Montreal, and right on cue. Beautiful play from Jakob Ohayon. He's feasted inside.
Yeah, Jakob Ohayon now up to 20 points on the night. A little bit interesting that Coach Cohen hasn't adjusted to include some sort of help defense when Ohayon decides to drive in.
And Ohayon a little bit too aggressive, as Michael Solomon earning the and one opportunity. Great play by Solomon, getting Ohayon to overcommit and then taking the wide open lane.
Just a huge take by the veteran Solomon, going over 2 defenders, fouled, skillfully puts the ball into the basket. DRS now back up 1 with the opportunity to be up 2.
Michael Solomon converts the and one as DRS continues their pretty good shooting night from the line. Daniel Levy, easily breaks the press. Simon Olol on the layup. That's good. Tie game.
And Yosef, although Hebrew Academy is finding ways to break this press, it is still tremendously helpful for DRS to apply pressure to the ball, to deny the ball to Simon Olol. Although he got it over there, it's okay. You're 5 for 6 on the possessions. You've been on a pretty good run, and you want to just continue what you've been doing so far.
And once again, some more shot clock issues. But wouldn't be a Sarachek game without some shot clock issues here in the Max Stern Athletic Center.
That's for sure, and it also wouldn't be a Sarachek game without the appearance of our 6th defender, although we haven't seen him yet.
I'm sure he's lurking, as it's Gaby Spodek for DRS. Now in a tie game, Joe Aaron. And Joe Aaron played a really clean third quarter, as that's going to be a block on Ohayon, as Bennett kind of barreled into him. We'll see on the replay which way that should have gone.
I think it's a good call by the refs. Ohio quickly shifted his foot towards the end. An unfortunate call. I know how it feels, but when you move, you just got to get called for it. That's Ohio's third.
And great job by Avery's friends, the officials, identifying that last-second adjustment from Ohio. And good job by Yitz Bennett taking it inside, not shying away from the contact, and able to draw the foul on the Montreal big man.
Yosef, you mentioned Avery. I'm sure you're talking about Avery Stepner, another announcer in our crew. I actually played a game against him in high school, and I think he and I traded offensive fouls. I think there was a combined like 6 in that game, so we definitely have that experience.
As we see Michael Solomon cleaning the floor.
What a mensch.
As that'll be our NCSY Good Sport play of the game. Shout out to Michael Solomon, the heart and soul of these DRS Wildcats, and we saw him get going on that last possession for DRS. He can get going and really bring the energy for these Wildcats. Could be a huge boost to their confidence. As that's going to be a defensive foul on Joe Aaron, on Simon Alul. Joe Aaron drawing the foul, excuse me.
And Yosef, with 5.5 minutes to go in regulation, Hebrew Academy already picking up 2 fouls. 5 is the bonus for DRS. DRS is probably pretty happy. Oh, excuse me, that's the 3rd team foul on Hebrew Academy. DRS is probably pretty happy at that point. When it's a tie game.
As that's going to be a travel on Adir Saknovitz. And just going back to your point, not only do you not want to pick up 3 quick fouls, but you don't want to pick up multiple fouls in the same possession, especially early on in the quarter.
Yeah, and as the game has gone on, it's been more and more crucial how much the impact of fouls will be. A lot of players playing with 3, some even with 4. And at a tie game with just under 5.5 minutes to go, there's a lot to play about.
As it's going to be Zach Levy to inbound. Now it's Daniel Levy. Gaby Spodek right up in defense. Isaac Kahns. Now it's Alul. Ohio, what can the big man do? Pulls up for 3. Front iron, rebound. Zach Levy kicks to the corner for Kahns. No good. Another offensive rebound, but that's going to be a walk as Zach Levy pulled the board and fell to the ground.
Not sure where DRS was on those rebounds. Couldn't pick up a rebound, but got bailed out by the travel on Zach Levy. Levy kind of lost his footing, but DRS ends up with the basketball.
Montreal now out in the press, and just going back on that play, 2 offensive rebounds for Montreal. You know, Coach Cohen pleading with his team to bring the energy here at the end of this game. One of the key indicators of who's bringing the energy is who's grabbing rebounds on the offensive glass. That's a huge 3 from Joe Aaron, 49-46 DRS lead. And speaking of offensive glass, great offensive rebound by Michael Solomon as he gets the assist on that Aaron triple.
DRS doing a great job with second chance points today. And Aaron capitalizing on the triple. He's had a great shooting night.
And Zach Levy frustrated with that call, but I believe it was the correct call by the official. I think that's his 4th. And they just put it up on the board. That's 4 from Zach Levy as Coach Maury Levy going to take a timeout. Don't go on air. We will be right back after this.
We need you to vote OIC Mizrahi in the upcoming World Zionist Congress election.
What you can accomplish and what you can change is massive. Don't lose this opportunity.
Those who are interested in impacting what's happening in Israel today, this is your chance.
The decisions of the World Zionist Organization and Congress affect us in so many ways.
Our children, our education, Aliyah, immigration, even campus life.
How much money will go to Jewish education in America and Eretz Israel?
The lone soldiers, injured soldiers, the families.
Even though we are totally diverse, we one people, one family. We have to hold it together.
Let's make Torah stronger. Let's make Klal Yisrael stronger.
5 minutes, $5. Slate number 5. You can change the Jewish world in only a few moments.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center. DRS leads 49-46 with 4:37 to go. Wildcats going to inbound baseline off of the foul. And Montreal comes out in a press. Try to force DRS into a mistake. Officials want to talk something over, not exactly sure what.
If I had to guess, Yosef, they're probably making sure that the shot clock is okay. Just based off of today's track record, they want to make sure when DRS inbounds the ball, the shot clock is going to go on.
In the meantime, we'd like to give a huge thank you to Lior Hode for his generous donation to Max Live in memory of Moish Kranzler, Oliver Shalom. Moish was heavily involved in the Sarachek tournament when he worked in admissions. This masterful tournament, what you see here, would not have happened without Moish. So we would like to honor his memory, and we thank Lior Hode for his donation. If you would like to donate to Max Live and support the work that we do, visit maxlive.com/donate. That is MACSLIVE.com/donate. 49-46. Been a nice run so far from DRS here in this fourth quarter, as we're going to get some more discussions from the officials. But Donnie, what have we seen over the past couple minutes?
I mean, we definitely saw a resurgence of offense by DRS. Joe Aaron shooting the ball pretty well. You want to see some energy from them. It's only a 3-point game, 4.5 minutes to go. DRS with the ball, you want to see a spark. We've seen a few opportunities that DRS has had throughout tonight's game, but really what we want to see is overall, we want to see energy. Energy is what's required.
And it looks like they're saying Montreal ball. Not exactly sure how we got there, as the official's going to talk it over with Coach Cohen, who's seemingly roughly as confused as we are.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that's happened typically.
I think they're going to change it from a defensive foul on Zach, from an offensive foul on Zach Levy to a defensive foul on Yitz Bennett. I don't exactly know how they do that. I didn't think we played with replays in the semifinals. I thought we waited till the championships.
Listen, it's just a testament to our amazing stream.
As that's a three from Alul in the corner, and Montreal capitalizes. 49-49, just under 4.5 to go, as Simon Alul with his fourth three of the day.
And Simon Alul also now up to 20 points. He and Yaakov Ohayon both with 20 for the Heat.
As that loose ball was taken by Yitz Bennett. Gaby Spodek driving baseline. Nice attempt on the layup, but no good. And it's really been the two-headed monster for Montreal and Yaakov Ohayon and Simon Alul, scoring 40 of 49 points for the Heat. As we cross the halfway mark of this fourth quarter, still tied. Now it's Isaac Kahns. It's 15 on the shot clock. Ohayon at the wing. Throws it inside, a bit of a dangerous pass. Kahns fighting for it. And I believe that's going to be a jump. Things may be getting a little chippy towards the end here. And with the possession arrow favoring Montreal, they will retain possession as Tzvit Saidi on 4 fouls looking to check in for DRS.
And Saidi is going to be huge for the Wildcats in this stretch. Checking in for Adir Saknovitz. Saidi needs to come alive on the offensive side. A little bit of a down night for him with the 4 fouls he's playing, but now he has the opportunity to do something great for the Wildcats.
Ohayon, no good 2 times, but once again, 2 offensive rebounds for Yaakov Ohayon, and Joe Aaron looks to push for the Wildcats. Michael Solomon, Aaron, and he's going to slow it down. But once again, if you're DRS, unacceptable to allow 2 offensive rebounds in the same possession.
Not only that, but once you get that rebound, you need a push. You need quick points. 3 minutes to go with the tie ball game. You want to really go on a run.
That's a deep 3 from Joe Aaron. In and out. Great job by Saidi on the offensive glass, but it's taken by Zach Levy. Good job by David Dadoun, making sure Montreal came up with the ball. Isaac Kahns inside. Great job by Isaac Kahns. Montreal Heat get the lead back, 51-49. We are under 3 minutes to go in the Max Stern Athletic Center in what's been a really exciting game.
That's for sure. It's been a great day of basketball so far. This game has definitely brought the fireworks.
Tzvit Saidi. Now Gaby Spodek back out to Saidi. Saidi gonna move inside, pull up. Great job, Tzvit Saidi. Isaac Kahns was all over him, and Saidi still hit that shot, tying the game at 51.
Huge shot for Saidi in that moment, retying the game. Saidi again playing on 4 fouls, has to be a little bit conservative, but that's a great job by him over there.
And speaking of being conservative, that's Tzvit Saidi's 5th foul. And I'm assuming they do call it on Tzvit Saidi, which means that he's gonna go to the bench for the rest of this game. And if the Wildcats are gonna pull it out, it's gonna have to be without their star man.
And although Saidi is going to the bench, Saknovitz definitely brings similar energy, definitely a lot of shooting ability, the chance to score when given, and he's just a great player. Yeah, you're losing Saidi, but now it's on Saknovitz to step up and be that guy for DRS.
And we have a timeout on the floor. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Hi, this is Doron Perez, Rabbi Perez from World Mizrahi. And I'm speaking to you, every single one of you at Sarachek, Yeshiva University High School's basketball tournament. Give it everything you got on the court. And always the one who gives 110% makes the biggest difference. We at Mizrahi, affiliated with Yeshiva University in something called the Orthodox Israel Coalition Mizrahi, a slate running for religious Zionist values in the World Zionist Congress. Every single one of you, 18 and above, can vote for the future of Jewish destiny. Go outside the gym, there's a table. Vote to impact our values, not only on the court, but in Israel and around the world.
And the free throw from Ohio is good. Montreal pulling back ahead 52-51, 2:12 to go.
And just on a replay, we're going to watch a subtle shove by Saidi over there. He's called for the foul. He's not called for the foul that time. He is on the next possession. Got away with it, but although it didn't matter.
Now 2:05 to go. Ohio converted on both, so a 2-point lead for Montreal. Joe Aaron needs to respond for DRS. Adir Saknovitz with the ball. Dribble goes off his foot. Isaac Kahns picks it up. That's going to be a foul. Going to go on Saknovitz. That's the third team foul for DRS. I believe that's only Saknovitz's first. But a costly mistake for the Wildcats.
And I wish we had a replay on that one. Unfortunately, it does not look like we do. Didn't get the best look initially. As we see the replay now, get the opportunity. Yeah, subtle foul by Saknovitz on Kahns. An unfortunate play.
Yeah, especially the way things have gotten a little bit chippy towards the end. You know, a close game, semifinal, spot in Monday's championships on the line. I understand the officials, you know, maybe coming out, trying to cut things down, lower the physicality. Don't want things to get too chippy down the stretch. Want to try to keep a clean game.
Yeah, and with a lot of guys already in foul trouble, Saidi fouling out already, and with now 3 team fouls for both DRS and Hebrew Academy. Looks like we might have to eventually end up at the free throw line.
And for Montreal, it's going to be Isaac Kahns inbounding to David Dadoun. And we've talked a lot about the foul trouble for DRS, but someone that we haven't spoken about in that conversation for a while is Joe Aaron, who's played a really clean second half for these Wildcats. And now with him on 3 fouls, it's almost not even an issue anymore with only 1:44 to go.
Yeah, that's for sure. Aaron definitely stepping up big time defensively, limiting his fouls, but stepping up on defense and not giving up anything.
And great job by Alul picking the pocket of Yaakov Ohayon. Gets Bennett, didn't see Slomnicki, now he does. Slomnicki goes up, too strong on the layup, but grabs his own rebound. Now to the corner for Joe Aaron. Good! Joe Aaron on the 3, giving DRS the lead, 54-53 with just over a minute to go.
And with that 3, Joe Aaron now eclipses the 20-point mark. He's his team leader on the night. A huge shot for Joe Aaron, putting his team back ahead.
And great job by Michael Solomon drawing the charge. Yaakov Ohayon can't believe it. I believe that's 4 on Yaakov Ohayon. Something potentially to monitor going forward as DRS all of a sudden with the lead and the ball, just about a minute to go.
Yeah, and with a minute left, that's a costly mistake for Hebrew Academy of Montreal. You're down 1, you have an opportunity to take the lead, and you give it to the Wildcats. Very unfortunate. Now you got to play defense.
And look in the backcourt, you see Simon Alul following every move of Joe Aaron. If you're Montreal, you cannot afford to give Joe Aaron an open look, as DRS going to try to screen to set it a look for Aaron. Aaron puts it up. That's no good, but great job by Yitz Bennett and Avi Slomnicki getting the board for DRS. And that foul is going to send Bennett to the line for 2. Let's see who they call it on.
I believe that foul might have been on Alul. If it was on Zach Levy, that would have been his 5th.
But it looks like it's going to be on Alul, and they put it up there. That's Alul's 3rd, team 5th, which means that DRS is going to be shooting the rest of the way. Gets Bennett with the chance to extend this to a 3-point lead for DRS.
A massive opportunity for DRS at the line if they capitalize.
And Yitz Bennett with the rare miss for DRS. So still 54-53, 42.7 to go. Now if you're Montreal, what happens after this shot?
Depending on how many timeouts Coach Levy has, I would think about calling a timeout.
And Ohio going to take it down. Coach Levy trusting his guys. As Ohio moving inside. Lots of contact, no call either way. A little bit of a similar play to last time, but this time there was no whistle. Michael Solomon can't believe it. Yaakov Ohio thinks it was a foul on Solomon. Solomon thinks it was a foul on Ohio. Ref saves foul on nobody. And it's going to be a loose ball foul on Montreal, which is going to send Yitz Bennett back to the line.
Yeah, and that's Ohio's fifth. He's going to check out. He had a pretty strong day today. That frustration foul, pretty unfortunate for the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat.
And now Montreal has realized that Ohio's fouled out. And that's a huge blow for the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat. Arguably a bigger blow than when Saidi fouled out for DRS, as Alul and Ohio have combined for pretty much 80% of Montreal's points. So Yaakov Ohio, headed to the bench for the rest of the game. Looks like it's going to be up to Simon Alul and then some of the complementary pieces in Isaac Kahn, Zach Levy, to kind of pick up the load that Yaakov Ohio leaves behind.
And Yosef, Yaakov Ohio has played a massive role in this game today. He brings tremendous size, and pretty much every possession they have been looking for him, whether it be in the post, on the baseline. They're looking for him to bring the ball to the basket. A major blow for the Heat going forward for these next 31 seconds left in regulation. Something to watch. But fortunately for Hebrew Academy, they have another amazing player in Simon Alul, who now will look to take over.
And Bennett on the first one, looking for redemption after his last trip to the line. Once again, no good. So now 0 of his last 3 from the line for Yitz Bennett. And just going on that last point, just to touch one more time on Yaakov Ohio, some of the pundits on the Sarachek picks panel mentioned that one of the keys for Montreal was going to be Yaakov Ohio. If they were to pull out the upset, I believe one of the pundits said it's going to have to be an Ayal Kinderler-esque performance. And Yaakov Ohio did his best Ayal impression tonight, as really just an unbelievable job for the Heat. Yitz Bennett hits the second one, and now Montreal with the opportunity to either tie or take the lead. 19 seconds to go. If you're Montreal, I'd want to get a shot up, give myself the opportunity to get a rebound. Alul on the layup, blocked by Slomnicki, but foul called as Simon Alul going to head to the line for 2.
Yosef, I was going to say that I probably would have fouled on the ground with about 17 seconds remaining. Slomnicki fouls in transition on Alul, sending him to the line. A potentially costly mistake for the DRS Wildcats. Alul, a pretty good free throw shooter, as Coach Levy takes a timeout to talk it over. But Alul, a pretty good free throw shooter with the opportunity to tie the ball game, 12.6 seconds remaining. If you're DRS, no matter the outcome of these free throws, what is your game plan?
I think for DRS, at this point, if he doesn't make both, you're going all out for the rebounds. Go the rebounds, you're going to play the foul game, etc., etc. I wonder if, Coach Cohen maybe wants certain matchups, certain players, going to maybe sub guys in, anticipating a trip to the free throw line. If they're good, you're obviously holding for one in that situation, trying to get your best look. But DRS has looked excellent here in this fourth quarter, I guess to the contrast of the first 3. I'm kind of okay to take it into overtime if I'm DRS, especially with now Ohio on the bench. That's going to huge blow for Montreal. But I think the key is just playing a clean game, and whatever you do, Montreal cannot grab a rebound off a miss. Yeah. That's the huge key.
Yeah, Yosef, I 100% agree with you. If I were Coach Cohen over here, I would probably put in my best rebounders to get this rebound, and once I catch that rebound, immediately call timeout. Talk it over with your guys. Find a lineup that has free throw shooting. You're already in the bonus. Find the opportunity to get the ball into somebody who can hit a free throw. That's all I would want.
An interesting call by Coach Levy, calling a timeout before Alul even takes any free throws. I would have wondered maybe take a timeout between the two see what happens if Alul hits the first or misses the first. I think that kind of changes your game plan, as the first one from Alul is true. So now Simon Alul going to get the chance to tie the game for Montreal.
Yosef, I definitely hear what you're saying. The timeout definitely might have been a little bit atypical, but I do like the timeout by Coach Levy in that scenario. You kind of want to calm your guys down. They're down 2 at that point with probably your best free throw shooter at the line. You just want to have a calm and composed stature as you get into this opportunity. And if you're Coach Levy, you probably are aware that Coach Cohen of DRS might call a timeout after the first, no matter what happens. Like you said, just to talk it over and see what the options are with his guys.
And Coach Cohen did call a timeout. I would assume now, if you're Coach Cohen, obviously off a miss, go for the rebound, figure it out. Off a make, I'm looking to rush. I probably just drew up a place of some kind. I'm looking to get the ball into Joe Aaron's hands. We know how electric he can be, the kind of shots that he can take. Put the ball in your star player's hands. I don't want to sound like Avery Stepner, but put the ball in your star player's hands and let them go to work. Second from Alul. Huge trip to the line for Simon Alul. Montreal coming out in the press. Joe Aaron with the ball. Forward to Spodek, 8 seconds. Spodek, Bennett, gonna move inside, puts it up. No good. Rebound fought for. Nobody got control. Simon Alul tried to call a timeout, but they're gonna say the clock expired first, as this game is headed to overtime.
What a tremendous effort by DRS. Got a good look. Might have been a foul on Hebrew Academy as Bennett was driving in. Ref didn't pick it up, didn't call it. What ends up happening, DRS was not able to finish off on the offensive rebound, put it back up for 2. We're headed to overtime. Yosef, pretty good game all around. Very exciting. Definitely one of the best games we've seen so far. And now you're headed to overtime. Obviously, for Hebrew Academy, you're going to be without Yaakov Ohayon due to a foul out. On DRS's side, you're going to be without Tzvit Saidi due to a foul out. Some would say an even trade. Some would say an uneven trade. Not sure what I would say. Definitely different players impacting the game on different ends. But overall, this overtime period definitely does not look to disappoint.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I believe neither team has led by more than 6 points throughout the contest. Really been neck and neck the entire time. And if I'm DRS, with Ohayon now out of the game, Zach Levy playing on 4, I'm looking to attack the middle. We kind of saw them do that at the end. But look to attack the middle. And if Montreal kind of converges, first of all, we've seen the refs have been calling it a little bit tight in the sense of they've been a little bit more free on the whistles, which definitely could play in DRS's favor. But either way, and if Montreal ends up converging on the inside, look to find guys open. Adir Saknovit's an excellent three-point shooter, happens to be on the bench right now, but we've seen Joe Aaron hit a bunch of huge three-pointers. Gaby Spodek we know can hit some, obviously Slimnicki. So look for DRS to try to work inside out, but start with the inside, try to attack the middle.
I would 100% agree with you, Yosef. And although Joe Aaron has been having a tremendous second half behind the arc, I believe hitting 2 threes in major opportunities, he's definitely a very good interior on-ball guy on offense. And when he's driving to the basket, there aren't many guys that can stop him, especially when you have guys on Montreal's side playing with 3 and 4 fouls.
As now it's the Dune moving inside. Couldn't get the layup. Avi Slimnicki on the rebound. Joe Aaron pushing for DRS. Great job by Simon Alul poking the ball free, stopping DRS's transition. Now it's Joe Aaron. Takes the screen from Yitz Bennett, runs into a double team. Slimnicki, 4-3. Didn't catch anything as Zach Levy comes up with the rebound for the Heat. Isaac Kahns. Now it's Simon Alul. Joe Aaron defending him. Daniel Levy thought about the 3. Now it's Isaac Kahns getting it back, working on Spodek, puts it up. And that's going to be a foul on Gaby Spodek, sending Isaac Kahns of Montreal to the line. And that is DRS's 15th foul, which means that both teams will be shooting the rest of the way.
Yeah, and although that's Spodek's first, he's had a pretty good game on the defensive side, definitely impacting passing lanes. I believe he has a few steals on the day.
That's the first one from Khan's no good. So 59 seconds in, still neither team has put anything up on the board. Isaac Khan's with the opportunity to put Montreal ahead on the second. No good again, so still scoreless in overtime. 1 minute gone by. Joe Aaron looking to strike first for DRS.
DRS gifted an opportunity, trying to make the most of it now.
He hits Bennett in the corner, and once again, how many times have we seen that play from both sides? Just a smart high IQ play, throwing it off of David Dadoun and giving DRS a reset on the possession. Avi Slomnicki to inbound. Gaby Spodek. Spodek at the right wing. Gonna move inside off the screen from Solomon. Pulls up with the shot. Can't get it. Rebound by Daniel Levy. And he'll take it down for Montreal.
Not a lot of scoring in this overtime period. It's got to start at some point or we're going to be headed to 2.
Daniel Levy working on Slomnicki inside. Blocked by Avi Slomnicki. Zach Levy, though, on the rebound. And Zach Levy puts it in 57-55. Montreal strikes first here in overtime.
And Montreal crowd roaring after that one by Zach Levy. Putting them up 2 with just above 2 minutes to go. DRS needs an answer.
DRS offense has been quiet here in overtime. Michael Solomon looking to change that. Now Avi Slomnicki. Tight defense here by Montreal. Joe Aaron, Simon Olol locked in defense. Zach Levy comes up with the double team. And that's going to be a foul. I thought it might have been a double dribble. But it's going to be a foul that's going to be on Levy. And that is his 5th foul. A brutal, brutal blow for Montreal. As we see on the replay, Levy got his hand in there. That's 5 on Zach Levy. Natan Abisidan going to check in for him. And now down Ohio, down Levy. Montreal looking a little bit small in the paint.
And although he might not be the team's best scorer, Zach Levy definitely brings a ton to this Montreal team. He is a key contributor on the game managing side, in the passing lanes, on defense, calling out switches on the baseline. Zach Levy is definitely an impactful player on this roster.
And it's going to be Joe Aaron at the line for DRS. Obviously with both of these teams in the bonus. As I'm surprised that Zach Levy has 5 fouls. They put up the 5 on the scoreboard. Yet he remains in the game. Not exactly sure what that's about. Wonder if that's just a scoreboard error. But we've been counting pretty well. I would assume he has 5. I don't know what's
Yosef,
going on.
I think they may have reversed the call to put the foul on somebody else. But again, I'm not exactly sure, as the scoreboard still says that Levy has 5 and should be out of the game.
Either way, he remains in. Joe Aaron working on Simon Olol. Skies over him, no good. Levy tried for the rebound. That's going to be on Slomnicki. They're going to call a foul. Let's see who it's on. And that time they're going to get Zach Levy. As we see on the replay.
That's great hustle by Avi Slomnicki in that corner trying to get the ball. Seems like Levy kind of hip checked him a little bit, knocked him down as he was going for the loose ball. As Zach Levy heads to the bench.
Montreal fans can't believe it. Zach Levy beyond belief. As now we are going to get Abisina checking into the game. The rare 6th foul in high school for Zach Levy is put up on the board. Not exactly sure how he was able to stay in the game, but now he definitely is fouled out.
Yeah, he's fouled out in the NBA today.
As Avi Slomnicki at the line for DRS hits the first, tying the game with 1:40 to go.
And if you're Hebrew Academy, you cannot be happy at that call. As unfortunate as the call is, you're taking out a crucial player to this Hebrew Academy team. It's going to be interesting to see how they can fill that slot now open with the departure of Levy.
Slomnicki no good on the second. Bennett fights for the rebound, but it remains with Montreal. So the Hebrew Academy Heat looking to respond and regain the lead. Daniel Levy, now Simon Olol Gaby Spodek locked in on defense. Daniel Levy. Isaac Kahns. It'll be interesting to see how Montreal generates offense with some of their stars having fouled out. Isaac Kahns puts it up. Bennett thought he went straight up, but will get called for the foul, sending Isaac Kahns to the line.
And if you're just tuning in, with Zach Levy fouling out, he's now the third player in this game to foul out. We already saw Tzvit Saidi foul out pretty early on. Yaakov Ohayon followed shortly after, and now Zach Levy.
Isaac Kahns connects on the first, so unlike last time where he went 0 for 2 from the line in a tie game, he corrects his mistake. You know what they say, it's never too late to correct your mistakes. As Isaac Kahns hits the first, giving Montreal the lead. Second one is in and out, rebounded by Joe Aaron.
Great rebound by Joe Aaron.
And he'll look to return the lead to DRS for the first time all overtime. Simon Alul locked in on him. That's been an unbelievable matchup. Aaron on offense, Alul on defense as he finds wide open Saknovitz with a lot of space, and Adir Saknovitz gives DRS the lead.
Too much space for Saknovitz down low. I'm sure Hebrew Academy wants to take that one back. Now down one with the ball with the opportunity to regain the lead.
Simon Alul takes the screen from Levy. Alul goes up. What a play, Simon Alul! As he'll have a chance for an and one, giving Montreal a 60-59 lead.
Simon Alul absolutely putting the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat on his back right now, doing whatever he can to give them a nice chance at winning this ball game, trying to overthrow the number 3 seeded DRS, now up 1 with the chance to put it up to 2, and he does.
Simon Alul, an excellent free throw shooter. Once again connecting, so now 2 points. I believe the shot clock should be turned off, and we are going to get a timeout from Coach Cohen as he wants to talk this over with his team.
Yosef, it's been a tremendous game. A lot of back and forth. We're now in overtime. DRS with the ball down 2. If you're Coach Cohen, what play are you drawing up? Are you going for a 3 from Joe Aaron or somebody else? Are you pounding it inside with Bennett? What do you think Coach Cohen is telling his guys right now?
Well, not to sound like a broken record, I think you get the ball into Joe Aaron's hands. They're going to want to set an on-ball, probably on-ball screens, as Alul's been locked in on defense. Maybe you're on a pick and roll with with Joe Aaron and Bennett. But look for them to pound this inside. With this being only a 2-point game, you don't need 3 points. You know, sometimes you see teams that they try to maybe force a 3, especially DRS. They've done a solid job today, but overall not the best 3-point shooting team out there. Now that they have the size advantage over Montreal with Levy and Ohayon on the bench, look for them to maybe pound the rock inside, try to get something close range, much better likelihood, that you're able to land the shot. And DRS seems ready to go. Montreal taking an extra second to talk it over. Ref's going to break it up. But either way, this should be an exciting last possession.
Yeah, and Yosef, with a trip to the Tier 2 championship on the line, DRS definitely in prime position to go ahead. A lot of the attention is going to be turned on Joe Aaron. I would look for the other guys to step it up a little bit. Joe Aaron heavily defended at half court by Alul.
Gaby Spodek. Montreal looks to be in a 1-3-1 zone. We haven't really seen that from them, as now it's Joe Aaron putting it up. Lots of contact, no call, and DRS is going to have to foul. Goes forward to Daniel Levy. Daniel Levy on the layup. Bounces around, no good, and that's going to be a foul by Adir Saknovitz on Isaac Kahn. Smart foul, 6.6 to go. Coach Cohen can't believe it wasn't a foul on the other end, as Isaac Kahn with the opportunity to give Montreal a 4-point lead.
And Yosef, if I'm being very honest with you, I agree with Coach Cohen. Either the foul was either on the initial handoff that Aaron received, or when Aaron went up for the shot. Not sure what happened on that possession, but there was definitely a lot of contact.
Either way, Joe Aaron talking to the officials, but I would say nothing's going to change, but would it be the first time tonight that we've changed fouls randomly? But either way, Isaac Kahns cannot connect on the first, which means that DRS will still have an opportunity to tie this game.
A huge miss from Kahns. It might come back to bite Hebrew Academy in Montreal. DRS now has an opportunity to tie the game with a 3 if Kahns hits this one, or take the lead and eventually the win.
And the second one from Kahns is good. Timeout. I believe that was Coach Levy of Montreal. Excuse me, I think that was DRS, but either way, we got a timeout on the floor. And if you're Coach Cohen for DRS, what are you drawing up for your team?
I mean, you have to expect Hebrew Academy in Montreal to come up into a press. Obviously, if you're DRS, you need a 3-point shot to tie the game. They might pull the classic Rajon Rondo on DeMarcus Cousins that we saw in the NBA when Rondo knows that the offense needs a 3. You kind of let the ball go to the inside. You let whoever hit a layup. If you're HA, you really have to deny a 3-pointer. If I had to guess, DRS will probably get the ball in, have a little bit of trouble bringing it up, and then take a deep 3. Not sure if it'll go in or not. We'll have to see what happens. But the way I've been seeing this game, that would be my prediction.
Now, another interesting strategic note, we know Montreal's been in a little bit of foul trouble, but I wonder, do you foul off the inbounds here, forcing DRS, maxing them out at 2 points with a 3-point lead, only 6.6 to go? Is that something you think of doing if you're Coach Levy?
I mean, it's definitely something that we've spoken about in previous games that we've called. It's definitely a right call, but I would not put too much time on the clock left.
Gaby Spodek, Joe Aaron taking a screen, puts up a prayer.
Oh my gosh!
Joe Aaron tying the game. We're going to double overtime as Joe Aaron took a look at Nathan Neufeld Thursday night and said, I'll do you one better. We're going to go to double overtime. Another crazy play in a DRS game.
Joe Aaron with a miracle shot from about 3/4 court, tying the ball game, sending DRS to 2 overtime. That might have been the most ridiculous 3-point shot I've ever seen. Joe Aaron over 3 defenders going through off the ball from Spodek. An incredible shot. Wow.
Golly, Joe Aaron, as we see the replay, fully off balance, chucking up a prayer. And the prayer was answered as we decided that 1 overtime isn't enough to decide this back and forth matchup between these two teams.
And Yosef, we probably saw Coach Cohen saying something to Hillam on the side before that shot. That was an unbelievable shot. Definitely something to talk about whether or not it rivals Neufeld's shot, but he's definitely getting back. He's definitely back in that opportunity. Initially, you could have thought maybe it was an air ball, but Aaron, too good of a player. Absolute nothing but net. Ball in the basket, a huge shot, and a massive moment for Joe Aaron.
I've got no words, man. This has been one heck of a battle between these two teams. And
Yosef, as it's coined in NFL Red Zone, we are in the middle of the witching hour where losses become wins and wins become losses. And what Joe Aaron just did, he put a loss into a potential win.
And that's going to be a foul off the jump. Montreal going to get the ball. Let's see who they call it on. So we see the replay. And we apologize for our scoreboard. Can't go to double overtime. That's the fourth quarter, but we are in double overtime, and we get the rare free throws without a second even coming off the clock. As it's going to be Natan Abisidan at the line for Montreal. Foul's going to be called on Isaac Solomon. That's his third. Foul trouble for both teams, something to monitor. Aaron playing on 3, Alul on 3, Solomon now on 3.
And Yosef, you just gave a shout out to Isaac Solomon, but that time the foul on Michael Solomon. 2 very similar players, same school, same number. I can definitely see why you got a little bit confused. But Michael Solomon in this moment hasn't really committed a foul since the first half. He's played a very clean game, a very good game, a careless mistake on that chance. But the Solomons, two very good players, putting teams on backs and bringing the energy. Look at Michael Solomon now to bring the energy for this year's DRS Wildcats.
Shout out to Michael's brother Isaac. As Natan Avisidan misses the first but hit the second. Montreal up 63-62. Gaby Spodek looking to respond for DRS. Trying to get the Wildcats on the board here in the second overtime. Joe Aaron calling for the screen. Takes it back to Solomon. Solomon.
Oh, great ball fake.
Like you said, unbelievable ball fake from Michael Solomon. And right on cue, we were talking about him before. Brings the response for the Wildcats and gives them the lead. Shout out to our tech team that was able to figure out the double overtime on the score bug. So now we have the correct period. It is 3:18 left in this double overtime. Simon Alul taking Joe Aaron inside, puts it up. That's going to be a foul, going to go on Joe Aaron. Joe Aaron's going to argue that he was straight up, which maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, but that's going to be 4 on Aaron.
Yeah, now Hebrew Academy of Montreal going back to the line.
Excuse me, the foul is not on Aaron. The foul is on Yitz Bennett, but either way, that is Yitz Bennett's 4th foul. So now 4 for Bennett, 3 for Aaron, 3 for Solomon for DRS, 3 for Simon Alul on Montreal.
Yosef, in a typical game, when you get to the second overtime frame, you definitely see a lot of foul trouble with many different players. Happens to be in this one, the foul trouble came a little bit early, slowed down a little bit. Both teams played more of a clean play. Now the foul's starting to pick up a little bit with 2 quick ones in the second overtime period.
As we get the rare miss from Simon Alul, who's been excellent at the line today. And now on the second one, he'll have the opportunity to tie the game.
Alul now up to 25 points on the night, putting his team on his back after Ohio and Levy fouled out.
And I believe the scoreboard added an extra point. You know, I guess they saw Simon Alul at the line, just assumed that he hit both. Now it gets corrected. We're tied at 64. Gaby Spodek for DRS. Adir Sagnovitz moving in. Now Yitz Bennett. Great find to Joe Aaron. That's a block by Daniel Levy. But Joe Aaron gets the rebound and puts it back up. 66-64 DRS lead.
And Aaron now up to 26 points, gets his own blocked shot, gets the rebound, puts it back up to something that's big for DRS as they start to pick up the pace and bring more energy than we've seen the rest of the ball game.
Yes, I think that shot from Joe Aaron will definitely bring energy to anywhere. And that was good defense by Adir Sagnovitz poking the ball away as we see on the replay. Montreal going to inbound baseline. 2:45 to go, 25 on the shot clock. That's Isaac Kahn's in the corner. Joe Aaron now on him. And DRS still in their 2-3 matchup zone. Daniel Levy. This is the Dune. Moving in, puts it up. No good. Rebound Yitz Bennett. Gaby Spodek maybe going to push, but now slows it down. Pushes again for DRS. Finds a cutting Joe Aaron. And that connection between Spodek and Aaron strikes again. DRS now with a multiple possession lead.
Aaron has been huge as of late, showing people why some think he's one of the best in the league.
As Daniel Levy gets called for the travel. Great job by Joe Aaron staying straight up, not committing a foul. And a bit of a miscue for Montreal with DRS now getting the opportunity to extend this lead to 3 possessions.
Aaron having a great quarter. Although he's been great, although DRS is on a little bit of a run, I might consider calling a timeout, slowing down the game, getting his guys back in check. Coach Cohen has an opportunity now with the ball to make it a 3-possession game.
Gaby Spodek slowing things down for DRS. Michael Solomon agreeing with the call to slow things down as DRS will try to milk the clock. Not something we necessarily love to see teams do, but either way, 14 on the shot clock. DRS starts to get their offense moving. Bennett sets the screen. Aaron doesn't take it, puts it up front iron. Rebound, Michael Solomon. Huge rebound for DRS.
And Aaron with a little bit of a heat check. He's been great. Definitely a shot that he should be taking. Amazing rebound by Solomon over there to hit the shot clock back at 35. DRS, if they decide to hold it, can put the clock down to a minute with a 4-point lead.
Yitz Bennett now. Joe Aaron, 15 on the shot clock. Michael Solomon calling for a screen. to Aaron. Aaron decides not to take it, now does. Saknovitz, 4-3, this could be the dagger, no! And that's going to be a loose ball foul, Natanabe Sidan, which is going to give DRS the ball yet again. 1:10 to go, fresh shot clock for DRS. Excuse me, that's going to put Gaby Spodek on the line as Montreal and DRS. Montreal well over 5 fouls at this point between the fourth quarter, first overtime, and the second overtime. And Coach Maury Levy going to call a timeout, wants to talk things over with his squad.
Yosef, a 4-point game, just over 1 minute to go. Coach Levy's calling timeout, just committed a foul. Obviously not the most, not the biggest thing that you want to do in that moment. But if you're Coach Maury Levy right now, you're kind of telling your guys to stay composed, stay calm, and play good defense. Whether it's pick up a big rebound and then go in transition to get a bucket. What do you think they're going to go out in their defense to kind of stop this big DRS run?
Well, I think the first thing that they're going to have to do is grab a rebound. We've seen DRS with multiple offensive rebounds on this possession alone, and you just, if you can't pull a rebound, you're never going to get the ball back to score points. But I think the key, down 4 before we even get a stop, if Spodek misses the second one, you obviously have to pull the rebound. If not, look for them to find Simon Alul in space. DRS has done an excellent job of quieting Alul, especially since Ohayon and Levy went to the bench with 5 fouls. Well, I guess Levy had 6 fouls. But look for Coach Levy to get the ball in Simon Alul's hands, create space. But Montreal is going to have to strike, and then defensively, they're just going to have to be a little bit better on their rotations. We've seen them throw 1-3-1 out. I think they just go back to their man. But either way, they're going to have to be strong on the screens and really just lock down. As Spodek hits the first, now a 5-point game on the second. No good. Rebound, DRS.
Tremendous rebound by Yitz Bennett in a huge moment. He's been amazing for them tonight. His connection with Joe Aaron has been tremendous for DRS. DRS is in prime position to end this game if they want to.
And that was a good poke by Daniel Levy, but it's going to go out of bounds. So we'll retain DRS ball. And I wonder, down 5, 54 seconds to go, when do you start fouling if you're Montreal?
I mean, Montreal definitely needs to get the ball back in their hands. They cannot keep giving DRS the opportunity to score. But even if they keep sending DRS to the line, the question still remains, will they be able to get the defensive rebound?
As that was something we alluded to with Levy and Ohayon going to the bench. Errant pass from Joe Aaron taken by Noah Bitone. Coach Levy putting the shooter back out there, as that's going to be Bitone for 3. In and out from Noah Bitone, and Montreal's going to have to foul. DRS does a great job getting the ball into their trusted free throw shooter Joe Aaron's hands. And who else but Joe Aaron looking to ice the game for the Wildcats as they're up 5 with their star guy going to the line for 2.
And Joe Aaron obviously gave DRS life by hitting that ridiculous 3-point shot at the end of the first overtime frame. Now given the opportunity to ice the game, a fitting opportunity for Joe Aaron, getting MVP chants from the crowd as we speak.
First one falls from Joe Aaron, now a 6-point deficit for Montreal. Second one from Aaron is good, but no shot. It's going to be a lane violation on Adir Saknovitz. So they're going to take the point off the board, 70 to 64. I believe they're going to take the point off. They do. So 25.3 to go. Montreal needing a 3, a foul, missed free throws, and a 3 to get back into this one. They're going to have to hurry. Simon Alul with the ball. Noah Bitone calling for it. Alul chucks up a 3. No good. And that's a big rebound by Shua Weinberg, the big man. And he'll be fouled and head to the line. But with 12.6 to go, things looking pretty bleak for Montreal.
And as Weinberg heads to the line, Joe Aaron now with 30 points on the night. Leading scorer on both teams. Aaron definitely with that shot at the end of the first overtime frame, with his tremendous play in the second time overtime frame. He's been phenomenal and everything you can ask for in a player.
And Shua Weinberg just coming off the bench, but no problem as he drains the first. Now 3 possessions as it looks all but over for Montreal. Joe Aaron gonna head to the bench, standing O from the crowd as he's just been unbelievable today for DRS.
And
second one from Weinberg is good, sorry.
And Yosef, as we've been saying, yeah, Joe Aaron has been tremendous for the DRS Wildcats tonight, but without the supporting cast, this game would be extremely different. Yitz Bennett has been tremendous. Gaby Spodek has been amazing. Before he fouled out, Svit Saidi was incredible.
Michael Solomon, a big night as well.
Michael Solomon, yes, 100%. All around a DRS dominance.
As we're going to get a timeout from Coach Levy with 3.9 to go on the clock. I wonder if the officials maybe take a look, add some time back. Not that it's really going to matter if we're being honest. But as we've seen, crazier things have happened, so never say never.
Yeah, they've been no stranger to our replay center. Clearly, they like watching Max Live as much as all you do. I mean, it's possible that they just want to be watching our stream the rest of the game.
Hey, I wouldn't blame them.
Yeah, me neither.
As DRS is going to inbound. We would like to thank everyone who has been a part of the production of this game. Executive Director Eitan Traurig, Executive Producer Zevi Pancer, Associate Director Jared Lazarus, Associate Producer Dovid Samson, Camera Operators Hannah Cooper-Smith, Eitan Burke, Matthew Lauren, and Tova Farber, Tech Op Zachary Solovich, Stats Ben Lazary, Eitan Kurtz, and Peter Osen. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Marvin Azrak, who was with me in the control room at 4:45 a.m. Marvin does a great job along with Dovid Samson, moderating the website, making sure all the articles are uploaded. Shout out to all of our writers, all of our editors, and really everyone that makes Max Live what it is. All the social media people led by our executive director, Zevi Panzer.
And Yosef, a tremendous shout out to you. You've been amazing this tournament. Definitely a lot of missed sleep for you. Hopefully you can get that back starting Monday night. But you deserve a nice pat on the back for everything you've been doing this tournament for both YU, MTA as the host school, and the general Jewish community where everybody gets to watch.
Appreciate that. Once again, another shout out to Jared Lazarus, who really wants a shout out, as well as Dovid Samson. We gave them a shout out earlier, but they really do a lot of work organizing everything behind the scenes.
And of course, the biggest shout out goes out to all of you guys watching, wherever you are, whether you're in the Max Stern Athletic Center. I know we have guys watching in the 5 towns, guys watching in Hebrew Academy in Montreal. I heard that there's a watch party there. Even guys up at like 2 in the morning, all the way in Israel. Guys, the connection is real. We love it. Thank you for watching.
As DRS going to move on to the Tier 2 championship. Second year in a row, we'll see DRS in that championship as they advance 72-66 in what was just an incredible back and forth contest between these two teams. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Yachad postgame show as we will interview the stars of today's game.
This is a message from Rabbi Doron Perez to all of you at the Sarachek Yeshiva University basketball tournament. And you know, I'm the head of World Mizrahi, and we're affiliated to Yeshiva University and love all the work Yeshiva University does. And we have this affiliation on something called the Orthodox Israel Coalition for the future of the World Zionist movement. You can also vote. Just like in the basketball court, you give 110% to everything. And the person gives the most prevails. So too in this election. You can just go outside, and we've got a table there outside the gym, and vote for the Orthodox Israel Coalition Mizrahi, which we're all part of. And let's see how it goes. Something like this. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Camp Seneca Lake, the premier Jewish sports camp in the tri-state area. We place a major emphasis not only on competitive sports within our campus walls, but also have our boys and girls participate in tournaments across many sports in all age groups against other camps. This season, we fielded 31 Wayne County teams, 9 tournament teams that competed outside against other camps. These games are a highlight of our campers and our staff alike.
Welcome back into the Max Stern Athletic Center as the DRS Wildcats have defeated the Hebrew Academy of Montreal Heat by a score of 72-66 in double overtime. We are going to send it down to the third member of our crew, Zachary Sicklick, who's standing by with star of the game and buzzer beater shooter, Joe Aaron for DRS. Zach?
I'm here with player of the game, Joe Aaron, 29 points, couple of rebounds, the craziest shot to send double OT. What was going through your mind after you hit that shot?
Honestly, I had no clue. It's kind of in shock. I mean, it was a crazy shot, and I just like let it fly. But it felt great, man. I mean, like it was crazy, and it was dope, man. It felt great.
Overall, great team effort. You guys worked really hard. Double OT, a lot of basketball. What's the message to your teammates after this crazy game?
I mean, we pushed through in the end. Started off slow, a little like tough energy, but we brought it through. We came to the end, and now we're just gonna win tier 2. We're gonna bring it strong at the end.
Any shout-outs?
Not really.
Thank you so much. Good luck rest of the way. Back to the booth.
Thank you, Zachary, for that, as we just witnessed a real treat here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. Once again, DRS 72, Hebrew Academy of Montreal 66. As you know, I was speaking to assistant coach for DRS, Tzvi Grishko, before the game on Motzei Shabbos, and he told me we're bringing a tier 2 dynasty back to the 5 towns, and DRS in prime position as they will take on North Shore, as we'll get an All Yeshiva League Tier 2 championship, followed by an All Yeshiva League Tier 1 championship. For the first time since 2017, Sarachek is returning back to the Yeshiva League, as we'll find out tomorrow. But either way, that's going to do it for us here. Once again, 72-66, DRS moves on in double overtime. Have a great night. Stay tuned for the Katz Yeshiva High School versus Yeshiva, a different version of the Yeshiva game right here on Max Live.